Hello viewers and welcome back to Careers Bistro. I'm Wetumene Shikage and I'll be leading you throughout this show, Careers Bistro, having to sit down with some of the profiles that were profiled in our Careers Hub for this week. Now first up we have an interview with Deon Kellerman. He is the Managing Director and Founder of Kellerman ICT. So the company has been in existence for about 4 to 5 years and we'll get to know more about that just in a bit. Following that, we'll tune in to some career motivation from Sanlam as they share one of their bridge winners with us, and then also we'll tune into some news that was attended for this week, corporate news, as well as our company profile. Please stay tuned for the following. Welcome back viewers to Careers Bistro. This is our interview segment where we get to sit down with one of our front page profiles for this week. That is Deon Kellerman, the founder and MD of Kellerman ICT. Welcome to the studio. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. Nice to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. So as you do know, we're going to chat a little bit to Mr. Deon and get to know about his career and about the experience that he has at Kellerman ICT. So can you tell us a little bit about the business and how it came about?
Yeah, sure. I mean, earlier on the show, we sort of discussed it offline, but I'll definitely take as a little bit of time to explain that quickly.
Yeah.
So Kellerman ICT came about when we identified a need in the market. It was an ICT-based need. And it didn't start the way that we ended up now. Now we really are ICT managed services house, and we're specializing in software development. But when we originally started, we started as a managed services company. But we quickly realized that was too small of a space to play, and it was really saturated in the market, and we had to organically develop into different segments of the market, and slowly understood that if we want to service both sides of the market, we need to actually enlarge our footprint. And that was by the means of becoming a managed services house. So we have a lot more services that we can offer, a lot more products we can offer, and slowly organically found a niche space, obviously software development, which we're exploring in Namibia now, in South Africa also. And I think this is where we're making our home in the software space, because it's a much needed market, and we can go on developing and solving needs from a ICT perspective, and that's basically how it started.
Awesome. Great stuff. So you mentioned something a little bit about South Africa. Have you branched out from South Africa to Namibia?
Yeah, so initially the company started in South Africa about 5 to 6 years ago. But as a Namibian at heart, my mom's originally from Namibia. I'm in the process of getting my documentation also, so I'll be a Namibian too. And she was from Rehoboth in Namibia, of course, just down the road. And by virtue of that, Namibia had a shortage of the specific skill. In fintech, so to speak, also. So software development and development in general is a skill set that's very limited. And being a South African and servicing the South African market, being Namibian and servicing the Namibian market from South Africa didn't sit quite right with me. And I wanted to create a sustainable development opportunities in Namibia for Namibians. And by virtue of that, we traveled over to Namibia, saw our opportunity, made sure that we have offices here, and made sure that we employ Namibians, that we are Namibian, that we obviously solve the Namibian problem.
Great stuff.
And that's really the narrative of that specific story. And we want to maintain that we enlarge our footprint and grow that specific dev market so that obviously other companies can also use their skills.
Amazing. So speaking about empowering the Namibians, how do you feel ICT or IT is very important in our company? In our country, sorry.
I think by now everyone understands that ICT is, and specifically development, and IT is the way that we're going to solve the problems of the future. I think a lot of people are still battling with it, and we talk about the fourth industrial revolution, but what does it mean? And I don't think a lot of people understand that. And if we focus specifically on manufacturing and distribution and how information systems and specifically AI is going to assist in that, that's the only way that we can really compete on a global footprint or on a global scale, on a global stage. We have all the land, we have all the raw materials, we don't know how to obviously manufacture and distribute it at scale. That's when AI and IT obviously plays a role and can really help Africa, Namibia and Africa to obviously play on that stage, and that's the only way we're going to compete with those international markets.
All right, stepping a foot onto the global stage must be one of the greatest things that you'd like to achieve. So can you tell us a little bit of how you are planning on doing so?
Yeah, it's a very good question, and I appreciate that question. And as daunting as it is, it's also a big challenge. And I think that's what we're talking about, the depth of talent in Namibia. And in South Africa, I mean, we're talking about people that are way, way more advanced in terms of how many resources they have at their disposal and how long they've been doing it for.
Yeah.
So the global stage is prepped and ready for us. I think we do have skill set in Namibia and in South Africa and in the rest of SADC and Africa that can play on that stage. I just don't think we have enough of them to sustain the project we have. So that being said, I'd really like to draw attention to the fact that SADC, the rest of Africa, really needs to look at how they're offering opportunities in terms of the development space and the IT space to their local economy, so that the local economy can develop that skills, grow its the skill set, and so that we can sustain our own markets and stop looking offshore for that skills and also for them to solve our problems. So by virtue of that being done, we'll have a more depth of skills, and we'll be able to play on that global platform quite easily. Yeah. So I think that's the way forward.
Yeah, I wish you good luck in that. Also, let's speak a little bit about your specified ICT company in Namibia. What are some of the greatest achievements that you've observed during your time serving?
The growth in people. We very much a people-centric business, and seeing somebody grow from interns that could have an intern program with NAST, and seeing an intern grow from the first day he comes and doesn't even know what he's doing, where he's going, to a couple of weeks in, really understanding the philosophy and the culture of what Kellerman ICT is trying to portray.
Yeah.
And it's really people first. You know, we believe in human capital. People can teach skills, they can learn skills, they can develop themselves, but they need to know what they're doing it for and what is the bigger agenda.
Yeah.
And that culture of Kellerman ICT in terms of putting people first and focusing on people's needs is the most important. And for me, as one of the leaders at Kellerman ICT, it's by far the most gratifying when you see somebody really adopt that culture and run it all the way home.
Yeah, no, definitely. I also believe that, growth is very important, especially with the young and the people that are upcoming. So speaking about those specified people, how do you feel it is important for us to empower them? And what advice could you give them for them to one day be able to be in a leadership position as yourself?
Is listen. I think everyone wants to do, right? Everyone wants to go and achieve things.
Yeah.
I think listen. Time is on your side. Be patient and listen. Listen to those around you. Don't try to speak. Just take your time. Listen to those around you, and eventually your time will come where you can be on that stage.
Yeah.
But you can lead. You don't have to be in a specific role to lead. Lead with morals, with ethics, with good values.
Yeah.
And just listen, and your time will come. But you don't have to be in a executive role or in a specific sporting club or the first team captain or whatever to lead. You can lead from your own very, very spot that you're sitting in right now with good values, good morals, and good ethics. Keep that on your side and you'll be a good leader.
Let's continue to listen, guys. Now listen to the following. As the MD of Kellerman ICT, what are some of the things that you get up to on a daily basis, just for our viewers to know what your role as an ICT manager is?
Wow, I try to be in the business and understand what's happening, but I try to spend as little time in the business as possible, and I try to focus on things on the business. We have fantastic resources that's working in the business on a daily basis to make sure everything works. I just want to make sure that we can continue having that success and we continue having more people and obviously grow the market. So I need to look at opportunities that exist on the fringes in and around the specific software industry and ICT in a whole. So my morning, if you're going to ask me my routine, my morning basically consists of 4 or 5 o'clock. This morning I was a little bit late.
Okay.
But my morning generally consists about 4 or 5 o'clock, and I start looking at opportunities, what's happening in the world, where's the ICT space going to, what does the industry look like. And that's generally the conversations that we take all the way down to the morning coffee when we're all sitting around the coffee table with the team. We generally have those conversations at heart. And then we start our day, finish at around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, depending. Might finish at 2, depending on how the weather looks for the golf course. But yeah, I mean, we spend quite a lot of time just looking at opportunities, understanding what are we currently doing. Are we doing it right? Can we do it differently?
Yeah.
Are there any gaps? We don't concentrate on competitors at all, because we'd like to think that we're running our own race and we do it differently. But yeah, that's really what we focus on. What are we doing? How can we do it better? And how can we do it differently? And are people happy?
All right. So last but not least, let's get to know a little bit about you. So besides, staying up to date with the markets and making sure that you're fit for the industry of ICT, what are some of the things that you get up to when you don't have work to do or when your time ticks off from work?
I mean, that's not really something that there's always work to be done, right? There's always a problem to solve.
Okay.
But yeah, I like to spend time with family. The wife and kids are at home. One wife, three naughty boys. Got an 8-week-old, so she's at home by herself right now, trying to fight that one. And so I'm travel quite a lot. I mean, I'm here for 2-3 weeks at a time, home a week and a half at a time, and in between that week, I'm probably traveling in and around South Africa also. So when I am home, I try to spend as much time with the family as possible. I'd like to be at the golf course more often, but I spend all my time with the family for as far as I can.
All right, that was definitely great getting to know about Kellerman ICT as well as the founder. So are there any last words that you'd like to leave for our viewers?
Yeah, I mean, Kellerman ICT is a growing company. We're really people-centric, so we're trying to make a change in terms of developing that specific space. We'd appreciate all the support. We'd appreciate anyone that's interested in that specific space to come give us a call. We'll be looking for people all the time in that specific space. We're looking to groom them. Feel free to contact us. And remember, you are a leader in your own right. So feel free to pick up that phone. Feel free to email us and engage. And we'll definitely take it from there. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you guys grabbed your copy of the Namibian Sun, the Republican, as well as the Allgemeine Zeitung for today, and also gotten to know about the Kellerman ICT company. Please stay tuned for the following career motivation. This week we take a look at the Sanlam Bridge winners that were awarded this year, at the first one being Bright Like Agritech, and they will tell us a little bit more about the company and the business and exactly what it is that they get up to. Please stay tuned for our career motivation.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Simao, and I'm the owner of Bright Light Agritech, one of the winners of the Sanlam grant.
Okay, can you tell us more about that process? How was it applying for this?
Okay, initially when I applied, it was one of those things like, let me just try initially, and I got an email that out of the 571 applicants, I was in the top 40. And then from the top 40, I was apparently in the top 30. And from the top 30, I went to the top 21. And then from there, I went to the top 10. So eventually, it was a bit surreal, man. Eventually, when I was announced that I was one of the winners of the program. So it was been an interesting journey from the 4 weeks of incubation, basically like doing basically like tests and assignments, just like learning basically how to navigate, make your idea much more proper and things like that. So it was really an interesting experience, one that I wouldn't exchange for anything in the world. So yeah.
All right, so what does this mean for your business?
Well, definitely, initially it was just an idea, but obviously winning the grant, this will mean that we can eventually take our business off the ground. We can now start working on our marketing, our branding, and so forth, actually getting the ball rolling. Yeah.
All right. So can you tell us a little bit about your business? What do you do?
Okay, so well, at Bright Light Agritech, we use like science and innovation as a means of doing agriculture, in the sense that we're employing things like biofertilizers, technologies that are being used elsewhere in the world to just promote like sustainable agriculture in Namibia. Obviously, with like the rising food prices in the country, people are resorting to growing things in the backyard. So basically, we just want to make that process easier. So yeah.
All right. Can you show us a little bit around your workplace? Let's go.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right, so Emmanuel, where are we now?
Okay, so currently we in my office. This is where basically I do like most of the research, the reading. Basically this is where most of the magic happened.
All right.
So, yeah.
So when and why was your business established?
Well, Pilot Agritech was established in December 2021 of last year, where we basically just trying to meet a need to be able to contribute to sustainable agriculture in Namibia for local farmers, be rural or urban farmers. So, yeah.
Okay, and how does your business cater to the local community? If not yet, how are you planning on doing so?
Currently, once we're done with the production of our fertilizers, we've handy tested to the ministry. The plan is to roll it out like to local retailers and distributors to be able to go to the locals in the regions, in the farms, because initially we want to be able to cater to everyone that basically participates in farming. So, yeah.
All right, are you the only founder or what? How many other people do you work with?
I'm currently the only founder, but I do have a friend of mine who's also in the science field, who basically we read, give ideas, and basically what we've learned, what we think can work better here. But yeah, as of now, I'm currently the only founder. So yeah.
All right. So what would you like your business to be known for?
Man, hoping that one day Brightlight Agritech would be known as the business or basically the venture that helped position Namibia to be able to take part in the agricultural revolution that's taking part in Africa right now. So, yeah.
All right. Do you have any experiences starting this business, or how did it come about?
Yeah, the experiences, being a final year science student and having your own personal research, and again having to work on your business on the side. The experiences, like obviously the challenges that do come with being an entrepreneur, so those have been common. I think that, yeah, so it's been an interesting experience, man, from the get-go. So yeah.
All right, having this exposure working with Sanlam, what are some of your expectations?
Well, my own expectations, I think, only depend on the work that I put in. But given also, obviously, the opportunity that I got to win the grant, my expectations that we'll be able to use these funds properly and adequately to help propel the business to where we want it to be and where it can be. So, yeah.
Do you have any future plans that you would like to share with us?
Although I can't disclose everything, currently we do have plans to obviously launch new products, currently researching new ways, new methods, new innovative ways, because it's being done in all the other countries. So basically what we're doing currently is just like how can we then take that and contextualize it in the Namibian context. So yeah.
All right. So coming to your business, if I was to come up to you, what is one thing that you can sell to me immediately?
If you were to walk up to me, one thing I could sell to you, wow, damn, that's a hard one.
Can think about it. Product or service from your business?
Oh yeah, okay. One thing definitely that we'd eventually want to impart into everyone is just like the love and the passion for agriculture. You don't have to be a farmer. It can start with you growing your own herbs, your own tomatoes, and obviously eventually consequently then sell our products. Because whether you use our products or not, we just want everyone to start participating and taking advantage of agriculture and what it has to offer. Because like they say, like growing your own food is like printing your own money. So that's eventually where we want to see people go. So yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
So after having been motivated for this week, let's have a look at the company profile. This week we profiled AgriBank as one of our company profiles for Careers Hub. Please stay tuned for the following video as you get to see some of the premises and what they're up to.
AgriBank is a development finance institution that provides financial assistance to individuals, business entities, and financial intermediaries for the promotion of agriculture and related activities in Namibia. AgriBank offers competitive interest rates, making it the most affordable lender in the agriculture financing sector in Namibia. The bank's overall goal is to be a catalyst in transforming the agricultural sector in the country. The mission is to promote socio-economic development through affordable and innovative agricultural financing solutions. The bank is headed by Dr. Rafael Karuaye, who previously worked as the head of commodities at the Johannesburg Stock Exchange in South Africa from 2012 until this year. At the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, he oversaw agricultural and non-agricultural commodities within the Capital Markets Division. AgriBank employs over 148 employees that are guided by a system of core values the bank refers to as CAPFIT. These include customer service, to strive towards excellent services for customers, accountability, taking account or responsibility for actions that they take in pursuit of their mandate, professionalism, striving to apply skills, competence, and character which is expected of highly trained professionals in the conduct of their business and the execution of their mandate. Fairness is also one of the CAPFIT values, which is to strive towards equitable and fair treatment of all their stakeholders. And finally, transparency, defined as openness in all dealings and to public scrutiny. AgriBank promotes its products through a multimedia approach using social media as well as conventional media platforms. They also participate in farmers' events such as auctions, information days, and agricultural expos, which serve as another channel through which the bank markets its products. The bank operates from 8 centers nationwide, namely Katima Mulilo, Rundu, Grootfontein, Oshakati, Ochivarongo, Windhoek, Gobabis, and Marienthal. Alternatively, they have an interactive website through which information is shared and applicants can apply for products. AgriBank also maintains a presence on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. Agri-advisory services currently provided to farmers are Farmers Information Days, evening and day lectures, practical sessions that are designed to provide a practical component or hands-on training to urban farmers to complement the theory provided at evening lectures and short training courses, training courses that are designed to deliver more intensive training to farmers, clients and non-clients with both theoretical and practical components. Courses are 2 days or more in duration, as well as excursions that are designed to expose farmers to best farming practices that can be applied to their own farming operations and to enhance productivity and sustainability. AgriBank Namibia, building the Namibian agricultural sector as well as offering opportunities to aspiring farmers.
Now attending news for this week, Careers Bistro went all the way to Capricorn Foundation to get to know more about their food waste challenge that is currently ongoing. Please grab your copy of the Careers Hub for today and get to read more in that publication.
Hi, I'm Marlies Hond. I'm the Executive Officer of the Capricorn Foundation. And today we are going to officially launch the Capricorn Foundation Food Waste Challenge, which we introduced about 2 weeks ago. But today is really about sharing more detail around the challenge and the objective of the challenge that really is about finding solutions for food waste so that we can address the problem we have in society of daily food insecurity, people scavenging waste dumps for their daily food. And as a connector of positive change, the Capricorn Foundation launched this platform for people, any individual, any business or team, groups of friends that want to enter their ideas that will help us find a solution to reduce food waste, to enter before 12 August this year.
Thank you once again for tuning in to Careers Bistro for this week. And after getting motivated, seeing the company profile for this week and as well as chatting to the managing director of Kellerman ICT, I hope it's a great weekend for you guys. Please stay tuned for another episode next week, same time, same place.